Hello, hello, everyone. Awesome, we're live. The stream is named correctly. Hey everyone. For those who don't know, I'm Layla, one of the streamers here, and today we are working on Zeri fan art, one of the champions from League of Legends. Oh, can you hear me? Yep, I think the mic is working. Let me know if you can hear me well or if the music is too loud. Layla, hello again. Hello, hello. The music is super loud on my headphones, but I don't know if you can hear me well over it. Let me know. Here's where we left off last week. On this character, I forgot to load in the reference. Music is loud, yes, voice is clear though. Okay. Is that better? I mean, the track just ended, but the new one will start soon. Oh, right, you're seeing just the pure, that's right. Give me a second. That happens sometimes. That's better. Much, much better. Cool. Hey there, Layla from Florida. Hey, how are you doing today? I'm doing good, thank you. I've actually been to Florida once. Okay. So I reckon today we'll be focusing like on all the remaining details on her jacket, which is not a lot really. And also there's one piece of her pants missing, so this kind of like attaching belt that holds this thing in place. I'll show you. Holds this in place, kind of attaches to the belt. Also, what happened here? Okay, it's better. Her hairstyle looks like neon from Boolean. I don't know what Boolean is, but yeah, pretty bright. Oh, it's a video game. Cool. You'd imagine I know my names if I was sculpting one of the champions from League, but I don't. Okay, let's get started. Let me bring up another reference on this monitor. We'll do a bit of hard surface, which is not my strong side, just an FYI. So you might see me suffer today. But I'll suffer for the better good. Yeah, let's start with some buckles on her jacket. How would I do that? So the way I like to think about adding any elements to the model according to the concept is breaking down concept into shapes, like very primary shapes, triangles, squares, spheres, and this one is a triangular thing. So the easiest way would be to start from like a torus, I guess, or a cube. Of course you know what Valorant is. No. I'm not gonna lie to my viewers. How's everyone's days going? Where's everyone from? Let me guys know. I'm always curious to know. Hi Layla, hello. Do you have videos of this when you first started? No, not of this character in particular. We started on the jackets and shoes in this channel, and some like detailing all around, like this back piece. No, I think I mentioned it on the previous 2 or 3 streams that I started it off stream, and it was a passion project of mine and I really wanted to finish it, but I couldn't find the time, so I decided to combine ZBrush streaming with the passion project. So we're working on it now. How are you doing? Good. Just a bit tired, but good. Nice to see pretty face once again. Good morning, ma'am. Thank you so much. Good morning to you as well. Do you guys prefer more organic sculpting or hard surface modeling? You plan to do your toots on ZBrush, what I said before. I am planning on it. When I find free time from work and life, I'll think about it more intensely. But yeah, I didn't have the time last week to plan it out. Plus, I don't know if there's anything specific that I could teach you guys that hasn't been taught before on the internet. Like, my stuff is pretty basic. It's just, hey, making characters look good. I feel like there's so much content out there, free content too. Yeah, can you talk about the programs you use most? Sure. ZBrush. Then I use Maya as like a production software at work. Then there's Substance Painter for texturing. I use Yeti for hair and fur. It's a hair and fur plugin. Those who don't know. And what else? Marvelous Designer for clothing sometimes. Did I miss anything? Oh, Premiere Pro. I know a bit of it. Just to like whatchamacallit? To montage my videos if I ever make them. I just got into ZBrush, did a lot of hard surface before this. Nice. So are you doing organic in ZBrush now, or are you doing hard surface in ZBrush? Hello Layla, how are you doing? I'm doing good, thank you. Do mix modeling stuff when you're going to do sci-fi, then you have a new hard surface script. Yep, fair enough. I prefer it to traditional modeling. I feel like sculpting the armor and stuff and then just suffering during the retopology stage rather than starting from scratch in like a 3D modeling software. A lot of videos on the internet does have a step-by-step of people working on a piece. It's all time-lapse. Oh, don't have videos. No. Well, I guess, but you just need to know where to look for it. There's one of the streamers here. His name is Ben. He goes by Polygon on the internet. And I basically watched all of his streams from start to finish, like characters and figurines. That's how I learned ZBrush. And it was free. There were a few other guys too, and girls. But it was a really good start for me. Maybe I should have just kept it straight. Like so. Use what for hair? Which one? Hair. I haven't touched the hair yet. We will, most probably. Not yet. Oh, you mean like what do I use for hair? The software? It was Yeti. Yeti is a plugin, hair plugin. Привет, Layla. Hello. This is my go-to channel when I'm also sculpting. Love it. Yeah, it's a good one. I just started learning ZBrush 4 months back as a character artist, made a skull doing skeleton. That's a very serious start. I surely didn't start with a skeleton. Maybe I should have. It's a really good practice of anatomy. Good on you. Bro. Okay, from how many years you doing characters? Characters specifically? Maybe like 4 years? Yeah. 3 years. 3 years. Does anybody got the name she said? It's Polygon. It's like Polygon, but with an F. She's doing more than 6 years and her experience is 12 years hard. Not 12. So I got into 3D when I was 14. I'm 22. 6 plus 2. Yep, 8. Sorry, my brain is not working. It's too early in the morning. Yeah, it's 2014, I'm pretty sure. Even with 4 years of doing 3D, if someone watches me, my brain will go potato. My brain just went potato. Am I right, Layla? Not 12 years. Thank you, that's very flattering, but what keeps you going to do a personal project after getting a job? Oh, that's a good one. I actually don't know what it is, but I have it sometimes. It's like this strive to be better. I guess in some level it's like somewhat of an unsatisfaction of what you do at your job. It doesn't have to be like you hate it, but maybe you want to do something more personal that interests you. Because it's not always the case at work, and it's okay. So maybe just, yeah, do stuff that you love, you're like obsessed with, of work. Like be interested in other stuff other than work. And I feel like that will push you to do more like personal pieces. Thanks, you're welcome. Potato, is that necessary to zero image the model if we want to retopo after? Not necessary, it just makes your life easier. Much easier. What's this one? I saw it when I walked, boy. I guess I'm looking for, yep, found it, for one specific piece. Which isn't perfect, but it will do. That base kind of elements at the bottom. I feel like I wanna make the transition like to round off the edges on this one. So we'll see what I can do. Yep, so that's kind of smoother. Let's see what happens if I remove these. It's alright. Is there any technique or tool that you felt was a game changer? So many. Like in ZBrush, I use polish by groups more than anything. I feel like I really like working with groups, especially when I'm working on something that needs to retain a particular shape. Like I used it a lot on her back piece because it had to be like very sharp. Or anything really. As long as you split them into groups and then use polish by groups to smooth it out, it will like really make your process much easier instead of like going in and manually trying to polish it and like use trim dynamic. It's kind of like a big thing for me. I haven't saved in a while. But I can sculpt my details with Dynamesh if I have enough mesh, right? You can, but at some point I would say well, it depends. Are you doing it for the print or are you doing it for animation or game industry? Because if the later two, then you should at some point, before doing detailing, I would recommend that you switch to ZBrush and then reproject all of your like base topology. Sorry, so we project all of your details from your Dynamesh to ZBrush with subdivision levels. So it's much cleaner to work that way. I wouldn't detail on Dynameshed surface unless it's for for 3D printing. Then it doesn't really matter. Yes, ZBrush ASMR, good vibes. Do I sound like ASMR? What's the one thing to keep in mind to make Stylized model look more cute? Bigger heads, I guess bigger eyes, smaller mouths. Well, it depends. What, like, Stylized characters can be cute in different ways. It can be like really big, I don't know, muscular, strong guys, but they can have like a really tiny head. And like they can hold something really cute in their palms, like a little birdie, and it will look cute. Or you can just straight up do a cute small character like a baby, and it will be cute by itself. But like different rules apply when it comes to stylization of different age groups and different genders. So it's like a whole other topic that I can rant about for hours. There's a cool book called Creating Stylized Characters that I have a physical copy of. here in my house. I can show it at the end of the stream. I got it from 3D Total. It goes in depth about like creating stylized characters. But it's more for like 2D people, but I use it anyway. Struggle with anatomy of arms and shoulders attachments. Any tips on that? Use blockouts. Yeah, start with blockouts. Trying to start with remembering all the muscles and all the bones won't necessarily help you. It will help you in the long run, but if you're just starting out and you feel overwhelmed, I would recommend googling 3D blockouts or 3D model blockouts, and will give you like anatomy broken down into like very simplified shapes. And that's kind of how you'll make the transitions more organic. La 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 Layla, is that a song? Can you share me of that? Anyone here used Huion 22 display tablet? That's me. I'm using it right now. What role do you play in the project? Which particular project? I don't think it is. I made up in 7 seconds. Great. I don't need another song with my name. There are plenty. Okay, so gonna sit flush against the surface, and mine doesn't. I'm trying to figure out why. Good tablet for 3D artist modeling like you what you prefer. Sorry, I didn't get that. Any projects related to animation stuff? Oh, my role. I specialize as a character modeler, but in our studio, because it's a small size studio, you have to wear a lot of hats, so sometimes I'm just a modeler. sometimes a texture. Yeah. So modeling, texturing, sculpting, shading, like look development, all that good stuff. Hi Layla, from Moldova. Nice to see you again. Nice to see you too. But starting anything 3D from concept, then first we have to understand or create concept, then we move on to 3D modeling and sculpting stuff. Yeah, well, not necessarily. You can ask for permissions online from other 2D artists that already have concepts. If you wanna yeah, if you want like a particular concept that you really like, don't be afraid to reach out. I don't quite get this angle right. Wow, damn, my dog listened to that beat now. He's a dog. When subdividing on high levels, I sometimes get less mesh or jaggy mesh in some areas, but very high mesh at some areas when I don't need that much high mesh. How do I solve that? I guess it's a bit of a poorly distributed wireframe. So you would solve that by redoing ZBrush, or by doing topology manually would be your best bet, but it's very time consuming, so it's up to you. But yeah, I would play around with ZBrush settings, maybe specify groups for specific parts to retain the shape of them. Then you can select keep groups. Adaptive size will also kind of change how uniform all of your polygons are, so play around with that. Help. Right, so I'm somewhat happy with how it turned out. This thing though. It's mirror and weld. The same goes for this guy. Okay. Good. Which tablet do you prefer? I have XP. I assume it's XP Pen. I've never used it. I've only used Wacom before, and now Huion. I don't have preference. Boolean is just cheaper, straight up. And you get a bigger screen for a smaller price, and there's nothing wrong with it. Like, it's great. It works great. I've only had it for 5 months now, but it's great. Just no complaints. Just do make sure if you ever switch from one tablet provider to another to take down all of the drivers that you had before. Just annihilate them. Just to save yourself some brain cells, because the day that I got it, I didn't do that. And like, I would scoop something and so the pointer would like just jump around the whole canvas and would not do what I wanted to, or sometimes it would just undo stuff on its own, which was super annoying. And I was like, man, this tablet is buggy, why did I get it? And then I googled stuff, and on Reddit they suggested that I take down all the Wacom or any other drivers that you had installed before the tablet, and it just solved it. So don't be me. Do your research. Hello. Thanks for the answers. One last question. How closed circled and open circles works with polish or Dynamesh? Closed circles and open circles. What's an open circle? I would imagine differently. Again, depending on your topology, how many support edges you have. Edges like these. Do you have them? Then it will retain the shape better. With polish, or what did you say? Polish or Dynamesh? If I didn't have them, it would just be like a shapeless donut at this point. But here it's still like retaining the shape somewhat. So yeah. Are you a queen? Because I want to copy. Thank you. I'm not a queen, as far as I know. Is that ref from some artist on ArtStation or personal? Not personal. I believe it's from one of the creators, Zeri herself, in the game. You can type it into YouTube if you want to see it. It's kind of like when she was introduced as a champion, they released this video showing making like the behind the scenes process of her character. That's where I got it from. Hey, hello. Hi Layla, you have an awesome artworks. Thank you. What will be your advice about portfolio to be seen by some studio and get hired? Well, I guess the big thing would be make up your mind before you apply for studios. Like, what do you want to do? Stylized or realistic? Do you want to do like max and do hard surface or organic? And then tailor your portfolio towards that. Ideally, it would be like you want to apply for this certain job and they are looking for a stylized character artist or stylized props artist, and you have a bunch of props or stylized characters on your portfolio, because that's what they look for. How well will you fit into the studio's style of work? So it's good to have some consistency. Thinking character is more cute or you? Thanks, she's definitely cuter. I like her. Pinky is talking about the white circle next to resolution under Dynamesh. Oh wow, okay. I haven't used Dynamesh in ages, so forgive me. Wow. Never used it. Never used this circle. You just pointed it out and now I see it and I can't unsee it. I know about the picker, so you can like pick your resolution. Googling it as we speak. Alright, I don't think I'll be able to find the answer very quickly. It will have something to do with the settings of how it plays out. I'd recommend googling Michael Pavlovich, like ZBrush 2022 playlist, because that's the one that I'm using. It will depend on your version. You can Google 2023. He is really good at answering these sort of questions, like very technical ones. Personally, never used it, but I will research it after the stream, just so I don't spend too much time on it. Okay, so for these kind of like straps, I can use this. We'll just reuse what I've made in the past. Hi, hello. Is it fan art or different version of game character named Neon? It's a game named Valorant. I've never seen that character from Valorant. No, this is Zeri from League of Legends. Are they that similar? Okay, so... oh wow. Oh, what the hell? Why are they so... Is there any reason why they look so similar? No, this is Zeri. I've actually never heard of Valorant, Neon from Valorant up until now. The beginning of the stream, someone brought it up. Okay, let's do some tapering here. See what it looks like subdivided. Okay, looks good. Let's create an insert mesh brush. Create insert, new. Now we can go in and just to this. Let's select this color, and you see how it's like really offset from model. We can change that by going into brush settings. And then depth, adjusting the depth like 0. It's better. Yep, here you go. Layla, is it worth doing very detailed polypaint in ZBrush or better do it in Painter? I like to do a base polypaint in ZBrush and export it out and use it as a base in Substance. But I've seen people do crazy detailed textures in ZBrush as well. Mostly on like creatures and stuff, like lizards, like dragons. ZBrush is capable of doing that. And people texture like human faces here. You can project stuff in ZBrush as well. But personally, I like to create a really nice, smooth face because like I find that ZBrush has way nicer kind of like painting feel. Like it blends colors more naturally than Substance does. But Substance is obviously a texturing program, so we'll naturally have more tools for texturing than ZBrush. We'll use both. Do you often use ZModeler? Yes, all the time. Someone has already made model for this concept. Yeah, they did, for the game. But I'm doing a fan art, and I wanna make her look different. Closer to one particular concept art. This one. I really like it. So she'll look a bit different from this concept, but closer to this one. Ooh. Thank you. I really like your work and artistic style. Do you ever create any models for animation for use in games or films? I do that at work. Or when I freelanced. I've done that. My personal pieces on ArtStation are not for animation, but I like to create them with animation production in mind. So when I'm not lazy, I'll create like proper topology for them, proper textures, like proper everything. Did you use base mesh body? For this one, I believe I did. Yeah. The one that I had from a previous project, I've made so many females already, so I just reused the base of the body, and then I adjusted all the proportions and made it look more stylized. And then for the head, I sculpted it from scratch. As you can see, it's a separate geo. Also, can you explain in short about the back piece of character, I mean the golden design? I can't explain it, I'm just bringing it to life. It's not my concept, but it looks cool. Can't explain it. Maybe some of you guys who play League, maybe you know what it's supposed to be. Maybe it's somehow like showed off in the game itself. Hello, nice work, thank you. Okay, moving on. Lower the window. Are you going to rig it? No. Otherwise I'll never finish this project. I'm just gonna pose her. Maybe like 1 or 2 poses and that's it. I mean, your process of making it. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you can watch, was it the second stream? One of the streams on the ZBrush channel, from start to finish, we made it here. And then I added some details like rivets and stitches off stream, but the whole thing was made during the stream. You remember me, Arg? I think so, from previous streams. Awesome work, this makes me want to use ZModeler Core more. Yep, no, it's a great tool. I used to hate it. When I just started out with ZBrush, I was like, It doesn't make any sense. But then I got used to it and I no longer switch between programs to do some modeling work. I just do it in ZBrush. Okay, let's make some more details and let's save as well. Do you like the Huion 22 for ZBrush? What are the cons? I'm planning to buy my first display tablet. Cons? I can't see any at the moment, but again, only 5 months in. I'm not sponsored by them, by the way. I used Wacom my whole life, but then because I was using 16, it was too small for the ZBrush's UI, so don't go to the 16 size. Just better save up for a bigger one and not regret it later. 22 is an optimal size for me, and you can get any brand really. Just Boolean just works. There's just no problems with it. The pen is slightly lighter than the Wacom one. That can be a con, I guess. But you get used to it in a day. Also, it comes with like a cute donut holder that I'll have here. Initialize. Let's initialize a cube. Make it flatter. And rotate it 45 degrees. And now we can inset polygroup. Okay, let's create another insert mesh. So what I'm making right now are these guys. Just to let you know. Alright, and done. What's your workflow for getting your model ready for animation production, and do you use Maya for reading your asset? I do retopology with either using Maya or there's a cool plugin called ZBrush. I'm not in any way affiliated. Just I've used it before, it was pretty cool. It helps you out with like retopology. You have to pay for it. And then I bring it into Maya and like get it ready for all that good stuff like UVing, texturing, grooming, clothing, simulation and whatnot. Yeah. But here we're sculpting in ZBrush, and for now we're gonna stay here. And I don't rig. I don't like rigging. That's why I'm not a rigger at work. I usually pose my characters inside of ZBrush. But usually for animation, yeah, of course, you would rig it. Layla, лучшее, спасибо за вдохновение, спасибо, что пришли. We met at the event. We did? Which one? Is it character made for a game? No, it will be made for animation production. Although I'll never use it in animation production because I don't think I can. Well, not in a commercial way anyway. Only for educational purposes. Oh, I do that with cinema still. I need to get more ZBrush mileage. Cool. With cinema still. Do you mean like for animation? Ah, is that a software? Cinema still? Okay, I'll get back to you guys. I need to get some water. So please wait for me for 5 minutes or so. And I'll get back to you. Sorry for the wait. Stay hydrated. I just started learning ZBrush this year and I'm loving it so far. I'm currently using the Wacom one, but now hopefully I can upgrade later this year. I mean, if it works for you, it's great. I know the Wacom one is 16-inch, I believe. It's the portable one, right? Yeah, I mean, whatever works for you. I modeled in Cinema 4D because I struggle with the Z-modeler tool. It is like that for a while, until you like purposefully don't let yourself use any other software and just sit down and learn how to do the same thing in ZBrush. Then you don't need to switch. That's what I did. Because then you don't need to export out the model, import it into your software of choice, then do all the changes, then bring it back into ZBrush. Too many steps. Yeah, swapping software takes a lot of energy. Yeah, it kinda does. Not that we're like spending a lot of energy sitting down the whole day, but it does mentally. Also, you know how good it feels? I probably shouldn't say that because I'm streaming for ZBrush, but I used to see Z-modeler as like an enemy, and when you actually learn how to use it and you model a lot of stuff, like all of this was modeled in Z-modeler, like all of this. No, it's not much, but when I like finish the stream and I sit down and I like reassess what I've done today, I'm like, damn, that's good. It feels good, like as an achievement that you were able to do it. And my Z-modeler skills aren't that great anyway, so I'm kind of super proud of myself. But maybe for those of you who can't get themselves to transition from normal modeling to Z-modeler, see it as a challenge. See if you can do it. had this heavy burden of a question. I don't know who I should go to ask, but it's possible for someone with autism to get into 3D industry if they're really trying their best. I don't have personal experience with it, but as long as you can, like, you don't have to be like this super extroverted person giving speeches every day to be a good 3D artist. Not to say that autistic people can't do that, just saying that what we imagine of like this perfect worker is not necessarily the reality. The reality is that I myself am like a very introverted person sometimes. And I work with a lot of introverted people at work. So all that's really needed from you is to do the best you can at doing your job, but completing your task day by day. And yeah, sorry, that's all the advice I can give you. Because again, I haven't personally had that experience. But that's just my take on it. Hello, great work. How long did it take to this result? Many hours. So it's the 4th stream, averaging at around like 2 to 3 hours. Usually like 2 hours. So let's say it's like around 8 hours altogether, maybe 9 on just ZBrush channel alone. Wherever you're watching, and then plus maybe, I don't know, another 6 that I spent off stream. I feel like my every time I get asked that, like every stream, my calculations vary, so you can check out the previous stream and I probably said something completely different, but yeah. It does take a while because I talk to you guys a lot, and it's not a bad thing. Please talk to me. That's why I do it. Usually it would have taken me much less time than it does on stream, just because I want to talk to you guys and answer all of your questions, and I go on rants, and then I get distracted with like answering questions or showing like a particular feature in ZBrush, so it's not very, the hours that I just named aren't very representative of what the reality would be for you if you don't get distracted or talk to anyone. Hello, what did I miss? Not much. Just sculpted some details. Here. Yeah, pretty much it. Haven't done anything. Hi, hello. Here's a Dorito. Thank you. How to get ZBrush for free? You can get ZBrush Mini, Core Mini. It's free. Otherwise, nope. Don't get it for free. Because there's a way, and it's not legal. And it's really worth it if you wanna pursue a career in the 3D industry. Yay. Insane. If I go on the channel I can find stream replay. I'd like to see the moment where you sculpt the face. So for this character, I've mentioned it before. I didn't start it on stream, so there won't be a face recording. There'll be a recording of the jacket, of the gloves, of the shoes, the belt, and like all of this stuff. And we'll work on the hair. We'll work on the hair. I promise. But I've sculpted characters before on this channel, and there was a character called Mabel from Gravity Falls. I sculpted the face on her, so you can watch that if you want. Did you use booleans for doing the holes in the jacket? Booleans for doing those holes in the jacket. What holes? No holes here. We could be more specific. I'll do my best to answer it. Hi Layla, how would you tackle the baking issues in the armpits? I would just do my best to smooth out this area and make sure that they don't intersect as much as I can. Like, obviously they are right now, as you can see here. Just go in manually and push stuff around and smooth it out. So it will still create like pretty intense ambient occlusion paths if you're doing it for games and stuff. Even for animation, sometimes you need it. I would manually Photoshop it up if it gives me some issues. Yeah. You see, it's somewhat better now. It still needs more cleanup. Again, other day here, good design. Thank you, design isn't mine. Thank you. Okay, I'll check that, thank you, you're welcome. Down below the jacket tube. Sorry. The jacket tube. Which tube? You... So that's the tube. Below it. I mean these ones? Switch sometimes. These holes? You can rewind to the start of the string, that's how it all started. Okay, there are some questions in Russian. I'm gonna quickly answer. Ты по профессии художник или учился где-нибудь рисованию или живописи, и примерно сколько времени занимаешься 3D? Спасибо. По профессии художник сейчас. Я 3D персонажник. Училась рисованию в художественной школе. Там рисовали горшки и все такое. И живопись, и все вот прекрасное, что я ненавидела. И примерно сколько времени занимаешься 3D? Занимаюсь с 2014 года. Не профессионально. Профессионально занимаюсь с 2016. Спасибо, не за что. I find Marmoset bakes better than Painter. I haven't tried the latest version yet though. Yeah, they updated the baking process in Substance, I believe. Can't vouch if it's better or not. It's more interactive, so you can like move around the model as you bake, and you can inspect your model as you go for any like mistakes or any errors, artifacts. Yeah. Woohoo! We have like 122 people watching me right now. A lot of people. Hello to you all. By the way, I'm wondering, can you hear my keyboard? Because I switched it to a mechanical one. I was such an anti-mechanical person, mechanical keyboard person for a while, but I got it last week, and it's really loud, and I'm getting used to it. So I'm wondering if you guys can hear it or the noise gate cancels it out. Hello, hello. What else is on the jacket? Oh wow, that was loud. No, and hear it, press it louder. I don't want to be too aggressive with it. Nice work, looks so cool, thank you. One question, how can I extract only external surface, for example the jacket? External surface. Yeah, well, you just mask what you need to extract, then you extract it. That's how I made the jacket. Let's say that's a really good jacket mask. Great, amazing. So you're happy with it, and then I don't like actually the extract feature, so I just duplicate the mesh. So you see, it's got a duplicate. Ctrl-Shift-D on the keyboard. Then I Ctrl-Shift-Click. Oh, sorry, Ctrl-Alt-Click on the model to make it sharper. You can kind of see. Then Ctrl-W to create a group. So like this, a group. Then you can delete your levels and you are left with a jacket base. But then you need to smooth out and zero mesh to your liking. So the topology isn't perfect, but that's how you would normally start out with on a piece of clothing like the jacket. I'm gonna kill it because I don't need it. And save. Okay, thanks. You're welcome. Someone singing Shakira's songs in the chat. I love the vibe. Alright. I have around 20 minutes left, and I guess I should tackle oh man, such a bummer. I made these things before, maybe it was off stream, then Something happened to the file when I was saving and it just killed them. Just that particular subtool. Yeah, I can't see it here. Oh well. And the cylinder. We don't need anything this high res, so in the initialize tab we can do something like this. And then let's group by normals, which will create, well, groups according to the normals and where they're facing. And in deformation, you can smooth out the groups. Okay, perfect. Now, let's insert the poly group like so, and we'll select it and we'll move it down to create this sort of transition. Need to move it out a bit further. Let's do it again. Oh, well, that won't work. Let's delete and extrude. Edge loop. just realized it's Siri from League. That is her. Maybe QuickSave saved it. I'll go through them. I have too many of them. Yeah, I'll check them out in the previous version. Where are you from? I'm from Moldova. A small Eastern European country next to Ukraine. I like your workflow, it's nice and clean. Thank you. I like to keep it that way. Too bad the same doesn't apply to my outliner. Not outliner. Subtool menu. How long typically would it take you to make a character? I get asked it every time. For animation, anywhere from 1 week to 1 month. It really depends on how many rounds of feedback you get and through how many iterations the character goes through. Yeah. So it's got 3 holes in it, and I'm wondering how I'm gonna do that. Oh. I mean, it's time for Booleans, I guess. Let's turn on live Boolean. Let's do the opposite. Is there Booleans within ZBrush? Yes, there are. That's what I'm doing right now. How is the cost of living in Moldova? You can live there for... yeah, it's quite cheap. But also salaries aren't that great, so depends. If you're earning money overseas and living in Moldova, you're all good. Well, yeah, even as a 3D artist, you can be all good as long as you're in demand. Yeah, but I haven't lived in Moldova. Like, I'm living in New Zealand right now, and I've been living here for the past 5 years. So, yeah, can't say much in that regard. Yes, like Booleans. What's up, Lady Layla? I'm good, how are you? I think it's dangerous region now. There can be civil wars thanks to Russia. I'm not gonna get into politics right now. It's not that sort of stream. But Moldova has never been the safest place to begin with. Are there any requirements to stream in this channel? You can write to the support team, and yeah, it's not like I got lucky when I applied and the guy said ZBrush liked me and what I do, so, and some streaming here, but I can't really disclose that information. It's sort of similar to what she's got going on. Alright, so this piece is done. I only have 8 minutes left. I'll keep going and I'll subdivide this a couple more times. You'll see why. Now I'll turn off all the meshes and all the subtools in the subtool palette. Now we go to Boolean and we hit make Boolean mesh, and the ZBrush created the Boolean mesh now, and it can be found here in the append palette. It can be found here as well. Now we turn everything back on again apart from those two, these two, these two. These are just the meshes that I keep just in case if I need to create similar details as I made in the past. Okay, and let's see the topology of. It's probably not gonna be that great. Yep, that's alright. Also, there's some sort of artifact here. Which we'll get rid of at some point. Okay, let's hit double. Let's auto groups to create a separate group for the bottom piece because I want to get rid of it. Let's say delete hidden. Now I want to turn these two into one poly group. Yep, perfect. And let's try our luck here and hit group by normals. Yay. So what it did, it differentiated the normals of those inside cylinders, cylinder cutouts. And also right. Do this, and let's go to zero mesher, turn on keep groups and bring it all the way down to something like this. Let's try it. Not bad. Let's bring it up. Not bad at all. Need some support loops. Okay. Still not perfect. How about we try something else? Let's go to stroke, curve functions, and say frame mesh, which will put the ZBrush guide lines on the borders of each poly group. And let's see if that helps. Certainly did something. What I'm looking for are these loops around the cylinders, because they'll create a nice topology flow. And as you can see, it's not bad. Let's add some loops for support. This is purely an animation production thing. And I think they're just a bit too sharp. Yep, that's better. And yeah, here we go. Okay, I hope Moldova stays put in 3. We'll see about that. We'll see. Again, I'm not gonna discuss any politics here or make any predictions on what's gonna happen to Moldova. Have family there, so yeah. How long have you been doing 3D art for? Since 2014. I was doing it as a hobby. Then in 2016 I found like the first internship and kind of like worked on some real projects for a while. Then I studied for 10 months in a university and then I got a job in the industry. Looks great so far, thank you. Well, you can't see the whole thing yet, but it's getting there. Hey, can you help me edit a small part of a 3D model for my daughter's birthday? I completely understand if not, and it's all good. Can you also type your reply in chat as my audio isn't working? I don't know if you will be able to see my answer if I type it in. I don't take like commissions or freelance work at the moment. The best site I could think of to fix models or do some quick freelance stuff would be Upwork. If any of you guys could suggest that in the chat, that'd be awesome. Yeah. Is that Zeri? Yep, it's Zeri. Boolean nightmares, yep, as always. It's not that bad though. You can do really good stuff with booleans and ZBrush combo and knowledge of some Z-modeler. Are you planning to retopo later and texture the model with Painter? That's right. Hello, hello. I'm also doing some retopo as we go, and some parts of the model won't need additional retopo on top. Like, I don't think this one will need it. I'll optimize it. Right, that was my alarm to actually finish the stream. Yeah, I'll optimize it to make it a bit lighter. And obviously the body itself of the model will need retopo. Okay. And with that, I believe we're done. I haven't really progressed much this stream. Again, talk a lot. Maybe I'll do some detailing off stream. Just so we can progress further there. Like those flappy things at the top that I lost due to the rush of the software. And there are literally just a few things left on the jacket till we can move on to the hair, and then the character will be done. Okay, I think this is me. I need to get dressed and go to work. But thank you guys so much for staying with me, watching me suffer with hard surface modeling. Jokes aside, it was actually fun. But I do still have a lot to learn, for sure. So yeah, keep going. If you have any quick questions, please drop them in the chat, otherwise I'm gonna get going. Hard surface in ZBrush is very hard for me. It can be, yeah, because the Z modeler tool is, what to call it, an untraditional way of modeling, I'd say. But it doesn't mean it's bad. Polygon. Yeah, that's a good guy. One of the streamers here, actually. Okay. I can see that none of you guys have any questions, so thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to ZBrush channel for more streams from me and from other talented artists. Not calling myself talented, calling other people talented. I've done that on the stream before. That was cringe. Anyway, and subscribe to me if you want to see more artworks, or if you never want to miss a stream. Here I try to post updates on my Instagram. I go by Layla Viscu on Instagram, and same on ArtStation and all other social media. And with that, I believe I'm done. Thank you so much. You are very talented. Oh, thank you. It's nice to hear. Okay.